simpler.
You got the sound shirt?
Okay, so you're gonna put him on first while we're interviewing him, and then we'll be going to the conversational part. Then we're gonna put Bandit on. What we have in this hour to talk about?
Wi-Fi here, sure?
Yeah, what is it? What is the website?
Yeah, what's good, y'all?
There's one for sound chat visitors, but it has said no.
It's not sound chat visitors, right?
Live here with an interview at Sound Chat Radio.
Alright, this number is 718.
Should be something. Let's do it.
525.
For which one?
Which one are the sound chat? Sound chat, yes. Sound chat, yes.
What's the number?
718 525. You get them sounding? 2446. 2446. So Asian, in the middle of our conversation with him, we're gonna drop one of the songs, and then at the end we drop. You can ask which one you wanna do, which one you wanna play first.
We can start off with Suicide.
Suicide?
Yeah.
Okay. Does that one have like a significance to the song?
Relationship wise. Yeah.
But don't play it now. So let's go back. What do you want? Boy, where them get that shiny boy from? He looks very happy.
She give me all that she got in the all night. Can we love on the wine for the thing all night?
like a bit of soca in the morning. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Boy, the music sweet, it's sweet, it's sweet. Whining must never stop. Yeah, yeah.
I guess all for the going forward. But also the intro that we did, what do you call it? Radio version.
Music, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, folks, let me tell you, we are fetting in the morning. I'm loving it, I'm loving it, I'm loving it. Thank you, Bayesian Assassin. I'm telling you, on the ones and twos, keeping it up lively this morning, because that's what we do. We keep you company as you go to work. Yes, we stalk you like that. TQ is in the building, and of course, we are very happy to have him. I just want to welcome you to Soundchat Studios. And of course, I want to welcome you to Morning Vibes. And this is a brother who, you know, we wanted to talk to him because not only is he an artist, but he has a very unique story. And, you know, we keep talking about what young people, what their views are, what their opinions are. We talk about some of the ills in our community. And listen, let's get it from the horse's mouth. We're going to have a little conversation with him. I want to get a little bit, know a little bit about his background, but I also want you guys to call in if you have any questions for him, all right? Because it'll be a very interesting conversation. Can I just say that? And TQ, you know what I want to do? First of all, I want to welcome you to Soundchat Radio. Pull the microphone to you so that we can hear you clearly.
Yes.
I must say that he's joined in studio by his manager, and we're going to bring him on a little bit later because, you know, when we got so many men in here, we got to just take advantage of it, right? Yeah, we're going to use them up.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes.
I love it, I love it. So his name is Akeem Grace, and we're going to talk to him. Akeem, sorry.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
fine.
your last name.
That is the name, though.
That's your name?
That is,
Oh, it's
that
Akeem
is.
Grace.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, sure.
okay. I was here thinking, okay, it was your work affiliation, but no. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. I want you to tell people a little bit about who you are, because it'll set the pace and the tone as to where we're going. And I want people to know your background, where you're from, where your family is from, because we need to show, you know, with the connection. And yeah, after that, we're gonna connect those dots, all right? So.
All right. So my name is TQ. I'm originally from Queens. You know, my background, my pops is from, you know, Barbados. You know, haven't really, you know much about him. You know, my mom's from here. You know,
okay.
she's Indian.
Okay.
You know, growing up, it was just my mom raising me. You know, she had me, my brother, my sister, all of us under one roof from a single mother. You know. She passed away in 2014. You know, my dad is, you know, he around there somewhere, you know. So, you know, I grew up under my brother, LaRon, right? Rest in peace, he died in 2005. You know, he was in the streets. So, me as his younger brother, I got to see everything and witness everything and see the cause and effect of everything. So, with me watching him, it helped me become more mature at an earlier age, you know?
Right, right.
So I seen him out there hurting people, you know, stealing, in and out of jail. everything bad you could think of. Stuff I
Right,
can't
right.
really say, you know. But
That's okay. I
it's-
get it.
Yeah.
But so here's the thing now. So you are literally not the product of the actual delinquent, but a delinquent surrounding an impact. So you were impacted by persons who were, and in the form of your brother and affiliates.
Yes.
You saw firsthand, some of the things that young people did that was not so desirable, and you were impacted by that because you didn't have a father around. So this was the influence that was on you. The interesting thing is you're well adjusted, and that's what that's what I think. I think that it's always a choice what we do, with what we're fed, what we're indoctrinated into. So what made you, not go into that path, not follow your brother's footstep?
Watching the effect,
Ah.
So I see him do one thing, I see what happens to him,
Right.
and I see how he felt, and I don't want that feeling. As far as the sorrow, the guilt, the wish, the regret. It played a big part in how I move.
Right.
So like for instance, he sells something on the street, he gets arrested. My mother's crying nonstop. We have to all go see him at jail. He's sad. He's crying to get out. That's things I don't want to feel.
I got
So it caused me to act a certain way in school, act a certain way in the streets. But I'm still
How did
surrounded.
it must have affected you somehow. How did you act out? Yes, you may not have
I stayed
gone
quiet.
into. You stayed
I
quiet.
stayed quiet. Yes, I stayed
Wow,
quiet.
interesting.
And my friends around me, all of them was in gangs. So I was the neutral guy.
Right.
I tried to show them the right way. Like, hey man, you do this. This is what's going to happen to
Right.
you.
Were you jeered because you chose a different path?
Nah, I wasn't. No.
Okay, because
No.
your big brother would have had
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. No, nobody tested me. I do this something that did stick with me. There was a OG in the streets. I know I played a lot of basketball. I was a sports guy. So
Right.
that was my way of staying out of the streets. So I remember one guy. He came up to me and he said, "Yo, you're nothing like your brother, right?" And he was so serious about it, and it kind of made me feel a way like maybe I do need to act gangster in the streets.
Right.
So when I heard that, I'm like, okay, do I need to start selling drugs too? Do I need to start doing this? Because
Wow.
if he's saying this and they're all looking at me like, bro, you're nothing, you're not as scary as your brother, you're not this, you're not that. And I said, I'm not that for a reason, but you don't know me. I'm quiet,
Right.
So you don't know what I do,
That's
I
interesting.
had my share of stuff I did, with my brother because I had no choice,
Right.
But
Did your brother try to influence you into that life?
yeah, he definitely did.
Oh, he did.
He definitely did,
What about your mom? Because here's the thing, the moms are the ones who are home.
Yes.
A lot of people say that, kids are the product of their homes. But I think that equally so, kids are products of the street. So do you think your brother chose the path he did because there was no father in the home? Did your mom try to do all that she could? Or is it that, she was just busy doing and trying to take care of the home that she really never had the influence? What was your reality?
So my mom, she worked in the post office, right? So she would work from 5 p.m. to the morning time.
Oh,
So with her doing that, it leaves time for my brother to do whatever he wants, And with her not home and the father not around, it's anything goes. So
Right.
I feel like it did play a big part because she wasn't there to discipline him, and then her way of disciplining him was get out. So now he's even more in the streets, and when he's more in the streets, he's robbing our neighbors. Like,
Oh, wow.
yeah, it make no sense. He'll rob our neighbors and wear their clothes the next day outside. So yeah,
that is crazy.
it didn't make no sense. But that's just the type of guy he was, and he wanted me to be a part of that. So when I said, I don't want to do it, you're going to get in trouble. You're going to go to jail.
Right.
He didn't care.
Raw honesty. Do you blame your mom?
Nah, I don't blame my mom. She had to do what she had to do.
Right.
So as I said, everybody is their own individuals. We all have our own minds. We all see what we see. We go through what we go through. and you can't blame nobody but yourself. So my brother, I blame himself. I blame him for doing whatever he did,
Right.
because he's his own person. You know,
Right.
he could have stopped.
I'm gonna go on. Do you blame your
Hey,
father?
my father. We had two different fathers. Me and him had two different fathers.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
But none of the fathers was around. So, my dad got kicked out of the family because, you know, it was during the little, you know, crack era. So,
Okay.
my mom was like, hey, man, you know, you can't have this around the kids. So, even though he wanted to be there, he was just like, you know, going through those things. And she kicked him out. So, since then, I guess she kept him away.
Right.
So I don't really know the real full story about it, but this is what I was told.
Okay,
You know,
so I want to welcome H. Diggy, who just joined us.
Morning.
Hold on, let me get you situated.
Yeah.
Yeah. So H. Diggy is, I want to say H. Diggy has lived many lives. too.
Yes.
A little bit of street life too.
A lot of it.
And TQ. The reason why I asked TQ, because TQ doesn't do, you don't do
Right.
reggae.
No,
It's hip hop. So people might say, "Oh, Sherry Carey, this hip hop singing dude coming a sound chat." But listen, here's the thing. He is a product of the Caribbean. That's
Right.
one thing. We're very inclusive. As you see, we have a Bajan DJ in with us this morning. Big up to Bajan Assassin. And also, these are the things we talk about that are happening in our communities. We talk about the families. We talk about single mothers. We
Right.
talk about, you know, how they have to deal with, you know, what is happening to day by day to grow two boys. Did you have any sisters?
Yeah, it's
How did your sister deal with all of this? One, two?
It's a story. I had one sister that was under our roof. They hated each other. Her and my
Your
mother.
mom, your brother, okay.
No, my mother and her.
his sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hated your brother.
No, they hated
They hated
each
each
other.
other. Yes.
Interesting
So-
dynamics.
It wasn't really a good household. I was like the favorite child. So, you know, anything I did, I didn't get in trouble for, you know?
Did you think because you were quiet, that's what?
I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
I was quiet.
So you learned to cope with it.
Yeah, I learned to cope with it, you know, and then I stayed out of the way of everything. So if we both do something that one get in trouble for, I stay away, and I let it happen, you know. But I shouldn't have done that
Yeah, you
because they all, you know, we all distanced ourselves from each other somehow,
Wow.
and you know, the relationships between my siblings and my mother, it wasn't great. I watched them, you know, get beat, kicked out, and meanwhile I'm just upstairs chilling, you know.
Yeah.
But I still get to witness everything that's happening, you know, and
So
I
it does
know
have an impact.
how not to get caught with things. You know, as I said, I have my ways too, you know.
Right. You're
So
streetwise.
yeah, streetwise. So
I
it
know.
makes me, you know, more savvy to everything around me, you know. I know what to do, not to get caught with this and that, and how to react when I get approached by certain people, you know.
Right.
I know that
So-
Diggy has something that.
I mean, I stepped in the middle of the conversation, so right, I'm trying to, you know, just learn what's going on.
So we're talking about his background. So he is
I
in
get
fact
it.
an artist.
Yes.
Hip hop, R&B,
Hip hop,
Yeah.
R&B,
Yeah.
pop.
pop, and
Pop.
yeah. So as we told you, we're gonna give you insights into different scenarios, different lifestyles,
Right.
all that are connected with our Caribbean
black male,
community.
the black male growing up in America.
Right.
You know.
So we talk about these in our conversations every day. So
Right.
today, thanks to TQ, we can literally get a true first-hand insight into, you know, what his family went through, because
Right.
this is one of the themes in our conversation.
Right.
You know, I wanna drop on your song just so people can connect,
Yeah, let's do
because
it.
I wanna go into in the next segment. What made you go into music? Was this your escape? You know, and so I want you guys to listen up to the song. This one is called Suicide.
Suicide, yeah.
I want you all to listen up to this one. It is from TQ called Suicide.
Hey. Suicide. Tell me she don't feel love.
Yes, 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 yes. His name is TQ. That's T-QUE. And of course, he's live in studio today. And our topic for this hour is TQ's life.
You know your business.
That's a hot topic right now, and a very, very interesting life. You've been influenced by music from all over, I see.
Yes.
And is that because of the era that you were in? Because I'm seeing here Biggie, Vibes Cartel, Ludacris, Andre 3000. You know, so it's varied.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you go into music?
So, okay, I went into music. I was in a time where, you know, I didn't have anything, right? So, you know, how do I say this? I saw that, you know, Waka Flocka was making money off of this. So I figured, hey, if he can do it,
anybody can do it.
anybody can do it.
Retards.
Waka Flocka, I love you, bro. So So I figured, like, you know what? Let me give it a try. You know, I'm going through this. I just lost my job. I just had a baby. I just got married. So I was like, yo, I was at a spot where it was just dark, you know, and I was like, you know what? I need to figure something out, you know. I don't want to go down the wrong route, my brother's route.
Right.
So let me go down a positive route, and I started doing music, you know.
Right.
And I used to always listen to music when I was younger. As you say, Biggie, you know, Andre 3000. Vibes was definitely one of the biggest to me. Like the way he uses wordplay and flow and bodies every single beat. It just made me want to, you know.
But I'm gonna say West Coast. I'm gonna say Bone Thugs.
Well, yes.
That's Midwest.
I love you too.
Yeah, I hear that though.
Yeah.
I hear that. I hear that. I hear the melodic, the harmony. Yeah. So where you from originally? Like I said, I walked in the middle of the conversation.
Jamaica, Queens.
Oh, you're from? Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Queens
all right.
background, Barbados. I'm all around.
But I don't hear Queens. Though.
You don't hear Queens?
Nah, not at all. And I'm a Lost Boys dude. You know what I'm saying? So
You just look for somebody for send them come from Brooklyn.
what? He already mentioned Biggie, but
I've been in Brooklyn the past 12 years.
okay.
Only 12 years.
Okay. I only been there like half my life. Like,
You old, that's okay.
You got me beat.
But yeah, I hear that West Coast influence, and I hear your story. Your story is like most males, or a lot of males that came up during the 90s, late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s. That was life. You understand what I'm saying? I was the big brother.
Yeah.
Right. So
We
my
know.
little brothers were watching me make mistakes.
Right.
You know, maybe not on the grandiose level. Well, you know what I mean? But yeah, I was in the newspaper. Yeah. Okay.
You
So
were
yeah.
They fling with the key.
Yeah, almost. Right. So, you know what I mean? I see what you're saying, and I see how music could be that savior. You know what I'm saying? Because I know for me, you know, that was where I expressed my pain. Right. But I hear happiness in your music. I don't hear the pain. I hear, like I said, I hear that West
I hear
Coast.
the coping.
Yeah.
I hear the coping in the
Yeah. I
music.
hear the hope.
Yeah, there's a lot of hope.
Yes.
I had a hope in the music. I would even say I can hear some of Tupac's influence in your music as well. I don't hear you mention it, but I can hear it in your music.
Tupac is definitely an influence, but
Right,
he's not
right.
one of my favorites.
Right,
But
we don't
he's
say
definitely
no,
an influence,
you know,
yes.
but Tupac had he brought something to the game. He brought that melody.
Melody and attitude.
Yeah, and attitude. Right. So where is it that you are with it right now? Where you sitting with it right now? I mean, given your story, given your life, where are you today with the music?
Today, I'm still coping. Still coping. Like, I'm going through my stuff here and there. You know, right now it's relationship things. You know, I'm wishing things would change. You know, get better. You know, I'm a patient guy, so you know, I love who I love. You know,
Right.
So I'll deal through the good and bad with her, and you know.
And that's what life is.
Yeah, that's
I
life,
love that.
you know.
I want to ask you something though. With you seeing all the dynamics with your mom, with how her interaction with the males in her life who became your fathers, her taking on that protective role, I would say, with one father, etc. Do you think that this has influenced how you deal with women, and not necessarily your wife right now, but just women in general? How did you approach dating? How did you approach dealing with the female? Did you see them as heroes, or did you see them as victims?
So I always saw my mom as a hero. Yes, the guys that came in her life, I seen them do her wrong, you know. And the last person that came in her life was a pastor. So he, I remember it's like yesterday. He said he was going to take her out on a date. My mom was ready because she haven't been on a date in years.
Right.
And he stood her up, and that kind of made me very, very angry, you know.
Wow.
And I vowed to I would never do no female wrong, you know.
Right.
So ever since I started really taking relationships seriously, it's just been them, you know.
Yeah. What do you say to the little brothers out there who have a big brother, who is steering them around?
Pay attention.
Yeah.
Pay attention, and just look at the effect of everything. If your big older brother is doing wrong and you want to follow in his footsteps, watch what happens.
Right.
So we didn't say what happened to your brother. Do you want to share that story?
So my brother was out of jail, right? This was his third time getting arrested for something that he didn't do. So he's known as, the kissing bandit, right? There was an article about him and everything.
The kissing bandit.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
That was in the newspaper.
He would rob he would rob people at gunpoint and kiss them after, right?
Right.
Oh.
So this is what he was known for, and this is what people was telling me to amount to. And I was like, nah. So the third time he got arrested, I think it's like a 3-strike thing, right?
Yeah.
So he's in jail. I know there was a lot of cops that didn't like him, and they hung him.
They hung him?
Yeah, they hung him in jail. So it's kind of triggered me, once that happened, because, I love my brother. So
yeah,
that really put me in a very, very dark spot, and I didn't want to talk to nobody. I didn't trust nobody. I didn't even...
What?
I started to
How
lose
old
love
were
for
you?
everybody. This is in 2005. I just started college. About 17.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I just got to college. I was gone,
Wow.
I couldn't... I played basketball all the time.
Right.
That was supposed to be my future.
Right.
I couldn't do that. I was just
So I
gone.
All right. When you made it to college, bro, to all of
Yes,
that's
Okay.
that. I'm
Listen,
I'm
you're
hearing
making
your
me cry
pain,
right
bro.
here.
I'm hearing
Yes,
your pain,
I'm
but
like, wow.
but I'm watching you climb through all of that, though, bro. You're gonna say, regardless of whether or not you play basketball, that's incidental. But the fact that you were focused enough, you were driven enough.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like I said, I was the big brother. I wasn't out there wilding. I try to keep, what I did, like under the cut. Under the cut. I never influenced any of my brothers, encouraged any of my brothers to go do that. My youngest brother played college ball in the Midwest. My brother after me, he went to Clark.
Okay.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was studying civil engineering. Then he was diagnosed with testicular cancer. So at a young age, so he dropped out. He drives a bus now. right? But yeah, I never try to encourage them to do anything wrong. I try to encourage them to stay away from, but in the 90s growing up, I'm gonna tell you,
That's a hard time.
yeah, your brother was a victim of what was going on. You know what I mean? Because
Because that's really what it is, right? Do you recognize? Because all right, so we talk a lot about stereotypical things that were orchestrated
Right.
for us to follow, and if we're not aware, it's kind of like we're herds going along a path that was preset for us. Do you see that your brother was a victim of circumstances?
I don't know what I saw.
Right.
I get it, and I get it because you're right in there. So as I said, we talk about this so much. We've talked to persons who are psychiatrists, sociologists, and all of these historians. And in fact, the black family, your family, was a stereotypical design.
Target.
Definitely.
You understand? To keep us down.
Right.
So I'm very happy that I met you this morning, that you have actually surpassed it because you won.
Yeah.
You won. They did not expect you to win. And even though your marriage might not be perfect, the job situation might not be perfect, you are a winner. And I hope you understand that.
Right.
That you are that person that other young people can look up and say, you know what? I can go through this and I can come out on the other side smelling roses. Because guess what? Whether you have the money or not, you're going to have certain problems.
That's true.
Whether you have everything going for you, the best career, whatever, you're going to have issues. That's what the world is all about. But you got out of the trap. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact, yeah.
Congratulations to you. Trust me.
The fact that you're sitting here bearing witness to struggle, either going to say, and you're still, like you said, hey, there are minor things going on in your personal life. These things, that's natural. That's day to day,
natural, yeah.
right? You know what I'm saying? That's going to come. But the fact that you held your head up, you know what I'm saying? You kept on swimming through the issue. I mean, and you are still out there representing, trying to create a positive imagery of the black male, not only for self, but for those watching and for those you're going to bring into the world. You understand what I'm saying, bro? So there's nothing to hold your head about. You know what I mean? Everything that happened in your past built you to this moment.
Yeah.
The strong man that you are today is because of the things you went through.
That's a fact.
You think what I mean?
Yep.
You were able to look at things and say, you know what, that's not for me. I'm gonna skip that one, right?
Dead in the face. I was like,
Yeah. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Right. To the point where you're here as a witness. You know what I mean? As what we try to do, we said we try to encourage, right?
Yeah,
right.
definitely.
So that's one of our targets. So talking to you, listening to your experience, you've been candid, about your weak moments. You've been candid about, your mom and how you view your mom and the influence, negative influence, brah. I mean, can we get a bell?
We don't have a bomb, but
Yeah, we get a bell.
I'll take it.
Right, bro. Just stay up and keep
give us a
doing it,
bomb.
man.
Give us a bomb,
Definitely.
Deja. Give us a bomb.
You are the definition of black man, not black male, black man.
Wow. And for those folks who are just joining us, we have TQ in
Yeah,
the
man.
building with
Yeah,
us
man.
this
Manning up.
morning.
Good job.
And he is an artist. He's a hip-hop R&B artist. He has parentage lineage from Barbados.
Right.
Very happy to have him in, and we're gonna share some more of his music. But guess what? He's telling us about the ghetto story.
Yeah, man.
But not lie. And this is the reality of a lot of people. Let's just drop the one down. Look at this. Survival is what we call it. Yes.
Bop.
I love it. I look a bit.
Hey.
Hell was my home when.
Hey.
Please hold,
Hey.
please hold.
Hey.
What was that? You said TQ.
Hey.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We got some callers calling in. Morning, morning, morning. How you doing? Yes, he's still here.
Yes.
TQ.
What's going on, boss?
Yeah, man.
Pick out, man. Definitely.
That's true.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. All right. Thank you for
Thank you.
calling.
Respect, boss.
The lines are
Lines
blazing.
are
Call us,
roasting.
call us. Welcome, caller. Yes,
Good
how you
morning.
doing? TQ. Remember
Big up,
that
bro.
name. He's
Respect.
gonna be great. All right,
Absolutely.
TQ.
Amen.
Right.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Big up, boss.
Thank you. All right. I want you guys to call in if you have any questions, any
Yeah.
encouragement,
Yeah.
any advice.
Yeah.
Call us right now, 718-554-8598. Don't forget that if you have the app, just look for the phone icon. You can
Right.
call us from anywhere across the globe. Remember, we're simulcasting in like 31 cities. So if you guys are hearing us, you can call us for free. Yeah, we don't charge. We are here to build for you.
Here's what I love.
Hold on, caller.
This moment is when we recognize that sometimes adversity is the reason. It's that step we need for success, and not the excuse to fail or the
Absolutely.
excuse not to
Yeah,
try.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Right?
All right, we got a caller on the line. Welcome. Morning, how you doing, Charlie?
Charlie.
She
not
stepped
there.
out at 8. Yeah,
Yes.
she gone. She's still listening though.
Yeah. Oh, y'all me. Yeah.
Respect, boss.
The story. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
Oh.
right.
So you actually heard the story? Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
He was smart.
It's that karma. Yeah.
Yes, you did. Mhm. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Charlie, let us take some more calls. We have a whole lot of calls coming in. All right.
Thank you, boss.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Respect.
2004.
Welcome, caller.
Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning,
how you doing?
morning.
I'm well. I have a question for TQ.
Yes.
First of all, I just want to say I'm so proud of your accomplishments.
Thank you.
It's wonderful. And I know that Sherry had asked you the question as to, how do you manage the experiences that you have had? What is it that you do to try to make sure that you don't do the same action as your brother, or not so much your brother, but in your relationship? Because I know that oftentimes we have examples around us as to what not to do.
Mhm.
But sometimes it is a struggle for us to execute the behavior that we would like to display, because we may not have the
Yeah, example, yeah.
taught. So where do you go for those sorts of
So what I learned in my years is to learn how to be with yourself. You know, whenever things are going wrong or bad, you do talk about it to somebody, but you need that space for yourself to do what you love. And be one with yourself and meditate or something like that. Anything that keep you sane, you know, or grounded, you know.
I got
so
you.
I would say, like, you know, find something that you love to do and keep yourself occupied.
And we don't
You know?
have to ask what you love to do. It's
Yeah, you
music,
already know.
right? All right. So we are gonna share some more. Thank you so very
Yes.
much, Dee, for calling. So listen, TQ's manager is in studio. His name is Akeem, and let me just say I met Akeem a few weeks ago, you know, for other business, and he said, listen, I have a gentleman that, you know, I manage, and I think you should listen to him. And I'm like, he sings R&B, he sings hip hop. What? How am I gonna present this? When he told me the story, I'm like, listen, it don't matter what you sing. You could be
Right.
singing country and western. Although I
Right.
love country and western, but your story is so unique, and I'm very happy that you chose the path you did. So I know that you have a lot to say, Akeem. I mean, you met this person. I don't know if you're childhood friends, what it was, but you know, how do you feel about representing TQ? Do you do this on a large scale? I know that you're a business-oriented person, or is it that you're putting your regular skill sets into managing an artist? Because we do talk about doing the business the right way.
Right.
So that's the direction I want to take the conversation.
Right. For me, pleasant morning, everybody. Not a building, sure, big up yourself.
Big up, yes.
Right.
For me personally, similar to Troy's situation in terms of losing a family member, I have experienced the same thing.
Wow.
You know, I grew up in Jamaica, from the Gaza. You
Oh, yo,
know,
man.
and my community, my uncle got killed like 3 houses away from where we used to live.
Okay.
So to me, at that point was the first time I really experienced death in a family which is so connected and
Close,
close
right.
to me.
Mm.
So for me, my uncle died when I was in the 7th grade.
Wow.
You know, I just started high school, and here I was supposed to make it big. You know, this is where your parents set you on the right path to execute and become successful.
Right.
Now, in that moment, what ended up happening is I started to act out. I started to do some crazy stuff at school. They call my mom every single week, and she
Wow.
has to come to school. The end result of that is, and just to transition into how I became a manager, I wanted was to change the narrative.
Right.
Which was really important to me, because in my community you rarely find people who get out and make it big or make it successful, you know.
Right.
So at the end of the day, I had to also be that figure for people to model.
Right. There were no real role models.
There weren't much.
Wow.
There are very few people, but there weren't much.
Right.
So from my standpoint, I had to be like, yo, as you said, you had to learn how to survive during the circumstances.
Right.
And then through that, this is how you channel the energy, you channel the pain and the
Yeah.
frustration into the work.
How did you guys meet up?
So prior to that, I used to manage Troy in a different environment, in a more organized structure in
So
terms of
Troy is TQ?
TQ, yeah.
Ah.
So that's his actual name. So
Government,
Yeah.
yo, romantic, yeah. Wow.
yeah, so we used to work together in a different dynamic, and I
Okay.
think based on how well I executed at that job
Right.
and the different structures and everything that I put in place,
Right.
you know, we had the conversation. Like I said, I believe in young people,
Right.
and I like me telling you young too, but
Yeah.
I do
Listen,
believe
my
in
You believe in your
I
brother.
do believe in my brothers. You get what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
And
right,
I just
right.
believe that things also needs to be structured
Right.
to get to the next level.
Yeah, man.
So it's really about, you know, working with him in that space and realize his potential and where his music can go.
Yeah,
You know, and
man.
having one-on-two connection. I was like, yo, I have done this before. I've been PR and done management in Jamaica.
Right.
I've done work with one of the biggest award show companies in Jamaica. So I have a couple, you know,
Right.
couple links so we can can make the
Okay.
thing work.
Right.
But I feel like I said, he is an amazing guy. He works very hard, and like I said, I believe in the youth. So
Yeah,
it's just one of them
I
situations.
like that. You see, and can we just say, working together is a thing that, again, has been pitted against us. It's the words that they have of us. Oh, you know, black people can't work together. They can't do things on a professional level. Of course, there's a lot of things that defy that, but we have to also remember that in our individual situation, every single day, it is going to be that struggle to defy it continuously. You can't just look at the 1 and 2, the Oprahs and the athletes and the whatever who are making the money and just thinking at that level. It is at all level. We have to know that our lives have to dictate. You understand the norms and the ethics and how we conduct ourselves, because this is what's going to really and truly
Amen.
amount to the success or failure of
Amen.
what we do. So whether it's in your relationship, whether it's career wise, whether it's a hobby, you understand?
Right.
Whether it's with the relationship with your kids, whatever we do is like we have to just put ourselves at a different level and accountable.
Hey.
Be accountable.
Hey Sherry, I say something all the time, right, at the end of this. And this, I feel good right now. In my heart, there is so much joy because I can point to it.
Yes.
Brick, palm, brick, palm, brick, palm, brick.
Look at the connection right here.
You understand what
You see what
I'm
I'm
saying? So this building that
We
we
are
talk
defying
about
the
doing,
odds.
yes,
Wow.
yes. This brick recognized that brick, right? And they said, all right, we're gonna stack.
Yeah.
And we're
You
gonna
have
bring some
something
other
that I
bricks.
can get.
Yeah,
You have
here's this
something that I can
wall.
get.
Let's build this. Let's construct this thing, bro. And this is what's happening, bro.
Yeah.
This ties into what you were talking about yesterday with Shaq and when he went and got
His 15
friends and paid for them to
For
get
the masters, right?
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
This is it right here,
That's
bro.
be-
This
and I think one of the thing is that people think that everything has to be done on a large scale. Like it
Right,
has to be,
right.
I paid for you to get this or that, but it's really taking different small things and make it great.
Right.
Come on,
When
brick
you
on
look,
brick,
when you look
my
at a puzzle, you know you have those puzzles with 1,000 pieces.
Yes.
Sometimes you do one like a piece, you're saying and you get frustrated. I don't know how fast can. Let me go over this because I see the whole roll heap of red and that's a red truck.
Right.
Let me put all the red them together and see
Right,
if I
right,
can.
right.
You understand? And
Yeah.
that's how you do it. Eventually, it might take you days or weeks or
Or
whatever
months.
it is, but the puzzle comes together.
Yeah,
So
man.
can you imagine if all of us in our own little dynamic, our own little experience, our own little situation, we were helping each other, how the whole community can win?
Well,
Absolutely.
you see, that's how it used to be. You know,
I
you
don't
know.
want to say that because it is happening now.
What-
Look,
what I'm saying, that's
it
how
is happening now.
it used to be, and that trend, Fishman, that trend is taking place again. You know what I mean? I remember Roots, like we're talking right now, and I'm seeing the guy just walking on the beach, and then the net come over him, and that was the beginning of the separation, right? So we need to take that net off. You think what I'm saying? We need
definitely do.
to be free again.
Right.
The moment we start moving free spirited. You know what I'm saying? And putting love first, and putting community first, and understanding the value of brotherhood.
That one that is strong. And this is what I want to do. I want to drop your other song, Goat.
Goated.
Goat it,
Goat it.
right.
I want you
Right.
guys to listen to this, and then you need to explain to me what's Goat is.
That's right.
No problem.
All right. Real quick.
So far ahead of all the fighting. I'm super good.
Yeah, I got the globe, but I keep the strap.
Don't break it back.
Hi. We have Kevin Parker. He's calling 9:30.
9:30. Yeah. Let me text them and make sure. All right, today we'll take this thing.
So far ahead, I'm on the path.
Facts.
Low-key, I'm super cool.
All right, explain to me what is goaded. When I said, like, I'm not playing that song.
So goated is doing anything that you want to do at the highest level.
Ooh, I'm goaded.
Yes, you are goated.
Yeah, I love
You are doing
it.
something that people wish they can do.
Wow.
So you are the goated one.
So you set the highest level of
Highest level.
expectation and you go after it.
Go after it.
I love that. That's our new thing, goated. All right, you
Listen,
need to be.
let's
Yes.
I
let's
don't
bring
say
it
it
out.
right,
Let's
right? I don't say it right.
Listen,
I
it's
said
goated.
goated.
Yeah.
Hey,
Right?
I'm
Be
goated.
goated. Goated. You have to
Oh,
say
yeah.
goated. You got to say it the right way.
Place that T with a D.
I love
Goated.
it. All right. Listen, I want to thank you, TQ, for coming in.
Of course, yeah.
Thank you for sharing your life with us this
Thank you for
morning.
having me.
I'm hoping that our listeners got something from it. You've been inspired. I hope that any teenagers that are driving to, wherever with your parents and you're hearing this interview this morning or sometime in the future, because people do listen to the recap. I hope that you're listening to this brother. Do not allow people to influence you, because you can't use the excuse to say, oh, but my friends set me up to do this and that. No, you can make the choice, because he did. He did. He came out on the other side.
Right.
And yes, he's dealing with the day-to-day, but guess what? He's dealing. He is free, and he has the freedom to be and to be goated. To do things at the highest level,
Right.
because he has an option. If you get yourself in trouble, you don't have an option. You're behind bars, you have no freedom, you have no say, you understand, you have no future. You probably will end up having no kids.
It ain't cool, bruh.
It's not.
Definitely ain't.
You are one bag of man for the rest of your life. Think about that.
Yeah.
Don't want that. Don't want that.
Yeah, I spend a little time, you know what I'm saying? And I like having my refrigerator. I like having my ice cubes, you know what I'm saying? I'm not looking forward to storing and nothing in a toilet bowl or sticking it in a window to keep it cold. Bruh, if brothers were real, if they came outside and told the real story about the life you have to live when you give up freedom, I don't know anybody would want to choose that.
Yeah, for real. And also to just look at the fact that I always say to people, we all don't have to have the same story.
Nope.
We don't. At the end of the day, I think for me, firstly, is that I just want to let people know that it is important to be accounted for.
Yes.
It is important to live your purpose.
Yes.
And it doesn't mean that on a day-to-day basis we're not going to have struggles, we're not going to have problems, but it's how we maneuver through that.
Right.
But end of the day is whatever brings you the most peace, and that's it.
Yep.
Whatever
listen,
brings you the most peace.
Definitely. And as we expand our Soundchat radio family, especially our Morning Vibes family, we're extending it to you guys, because Akeem is going to be back. He's going to be wearing multiple hats.
Multiple hats, business settings.
That's why I'm gonna make him talk too much, because I don't want him to talk over things. You understand?
All right.
But he's gonna come back in other capacities, and just thank you for the connection.
Listen, we
And
got you, Sherry. I got you.
We got it locked. We got it
Yeah,
locked.
yeah, man.
Soundchat Radio is trying our utmost to expand into the community. 11 years of being on the air, and we don't just want to be a mouthpiece. We want to be a part of the change. We want to be a
Amen.
part of all of that's going on in the community. So, as a matter of fact, I'm not even gonna announce it because I don't want something.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna solidify that.
We have a possible surprise
A
at
good
9:30. But
surprise.
if that surprise don't happen, we'll have more surprises. We always have something in our arsenal, all right? So, of course, you are tuned to Soundchat Radio. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna pay some bills. Yeah.
Yeah, man. We way
Somebody
past
catch
that.
you? Somebody catch you?
We late upon that.
9:05, all right? So if
Right.
you need to be at work at 9 o'clock, you're late.
Yeah, man.
We will be back in just another few. It is Morning Vibes right here on Soundchat Radio.
Always reaching for the next level. Hosted by yours
Thank
truly,
you
Sherry
so
Morgan of
very
Unique Biz
much.
and Event
you.
Solutions. No other radio show will give you such raw, concise, and pertinent business information. Business Wise is live every Monday, 3 to 5 p.m. on soundchatradio.com. My co-hosts are specialists in the areas of accounting, law,
Good,
rent,
good.
marketing, plus immigration and entertainment law. Call
Right.
me live at 718-554-8598. Email us at biznizy101@gmail.com. That's businesswise101@gmail.com or text 848-218-0576. But guess what? Our work I know they don't play around here. We're mixing in some comedy, some interviews, some giveaways, plus high energy music.
You making it happen.
Trust me when I
So,
say you're in for a treat every
as long as
Monday
you keep
on
going and
Soundtrack
going and don't
Radio.
stop,
Get wise business advice.
gonna be
on
goated.
Business Wise. Nothing but time. Mondays 3 to 5 p.m. on soundtrackradio.com.
Interview with Kevin Parker. Yesterday he was sick. We didn't know until after the fact. So we're trying
hopefully he's here.
to
Come
confirm
soon.
it before we say anything. Are you getting Raven?
Yeah, I just texted her. She said we good. So I told her to have her call in a few minutes before. So we're gonna put it into like 3 minutes, 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's gonna be automatic save. You go in your archives and you go to live and you get it downloaded.
For sure, like I said, we'll talk, South